last one is the wild card, and it's your turn this week, Fades. I know that you did a wild card last week, but technically speaking, if we go per the skipping of wild cards, we both did one, so it's technically again your turn. Wow me with your wild card.
I don't have a good one. I just started thinking about it right now. I swear I barely started thinking about it.
I don't have anything.
I really don't. It's been crazy. I've been crazy busy, but I just thought of one right now.
All
right. We rolling?
We're rolling. Do it.
All right. This week's wild card.
I know.
Wild card. Nah, but for real, this week's wild card is Mexican music, fool.
Oh.
Growing up Mexican music.
Don't get me
today's
started.
Mexican music.
I'm about to get old man on you.
I'm about to get old
Mexican man on you, bro.
I'm gonna ask you 3 different épocas of Mexican music. The one that your dad used to play when you were cleaning up on Saturday morning, or the one you started bumping in your room alone.
Okay.
For the first time.
Okay.
And what you bump like the most recent, because I'm sure you don't bump the recent.
Not at all.
Because me neither.
Me robaron la mota. No.
So let's go. We're gonna start. Let's go ahead and start with the reliquias, the old school.
Okay.
One of the most referenced ones I use. A ver, dale.
Okay, so the old music. Here's the deal. My dad was a very romantic man when it comes to his music. Funny story is me and my brothers all have names from his favorite artist from like the 80s. You know what I mean? And it was all like romantic music. I don't even know who Ivan is, but there was an Ivan back in the day. He was a Spanish singer from Spain, and he was amazing apparently. But neither here or there. My dad listened to a lot of romantic music. So like Los Bukis and stuff like that, that was his jams. You know what I mean? So I grew up around that. Yeah, bro. That was his thing. He listened to corridos too.
Marco Antonio Solis.
Yeah, Marco Antonio Solis.
That's El Buki.
Yeah, El Buki. You know what I mean? Like that was what I listened to. You know what I mean? And I still jam to that type of stuff. So that genre of music was what I grew up to with my pops. Funny enough, I was the only one who really enjoyed it. My brothers all really weren't for it. They would listen to it, but they would listen more to corridos and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then the first person that I started listening to music in my room was, do you know who El Coyote is? El Coyote y su banda? Yeah.
Tierra Santa, Simón.
Here's the reason why I liked them. Okay. When I was younger, I used to install sound systems on cars. I think I've told you this before. Okay. Yeah. So I used to install.
No, you told me you used to steal car stereos.
That too.
Tell the truth.
Too. Yeah. when I was installing your system, I'd still have the stuff in your car.
Ray got your boy out there stealing car stereos.
No, but I used to work for this dude in Mexico, actually. And we used to install like competition sound systems, right? So we had like epicenters in. Here's the thing about an epicenter. If you don't know what an epicenter is, it's basically a wave control system for the bass. So Mexican music in Spanish, banda and stuff, they don't got no bass. They got no bass. You know what I mean? So when you put an epicenter on it, it creates sweep. So every time that the bass is like the banda hits, is like. So it's really nice. It's a it's a very different type of bass, and it's the cleanest bass you can ever get. It's the nicest, and it sounds perfect with music, banda music. So here's the deal: is there ain't nobody else's music that sounds better than El Coyote's music with a like professional like competition sound system. It is the cleanest sounding music you can have. And for me, I enjoyed his music a lot. You know, there's a lot of romantic stuff and there's some corridos in there too, right? And I think I took on from my pops, you know what I mean? But technically speaking, you know, that was the music that I listened to on my own because it wasn't in my room, it was in my car, right? I had a car since I was young because I live in Mexico. You start driving when you're 12 out there, just so y'all know. But yeah, you know, I had my car, I had my sound system, I was bumping El Coyote down the street, breaking people's windows, you know what I mean, in their houses.
Hey, what setup did you have?
I had in one car I had 2 15s, 2 kicker comp 15s, and then another
squared ones.
No,
The
I'm
squared
another
ones?
in another car. I had two squared ones, but they were
The
12s.
solo barracks.
Yeah, the solo barracks. I like kickers a lot, and then I like the old school Rockford Fosgate punch amps, the ones that were like metal. You
Oh,
know what I mean? Like the big
yeah,
metal
yeah.
chunky ones. Those
Hey,
things. Because here's the deal: is if you want to buy an amp and you go spend a bunch of money, it ain't worth nothing if it ain't a Class D. If it's not a Class D amplifier, I'm gonna give you nuggets right now. If you want to buy a sound system, if you ever want to buy a sound system, hit your boy up. Hit me up on Instagram. I'll tell you the setup. I'll get you a really clean sounding sound system, super cheap.
how many ohms you want? How many ohms you want?
Well, that's the thing. It depends on the speakers you have. So I'll give you the best example, and I'm worried totally deviating. But here's the deal: it's in my little box that I have. People stop me on the street and ask me what I have in there. They think I have like 412s in the back. At the very minimum,
Damn.
very minimum, like you got a couple 12s in there, and you got them souped up, like down to 2 ohms. You know what I mean? Like they're jamming. No, nothing. I have a 12-inch, 15-year-old 4 ohm speaker, 12-inch in the back with a little box. Yeah, but I have the right amp. If you get the right amp for that speaker, you get everything out of it.
So
See
you
what
got
I
a 4
mean?
ohm speaker.
So yeah, I have a
A
4 ohm
4
speaker with
ohm
a 4
speaker,
amp.
4 ohm amp. Yeah.
Exactly. But the amp can go to 2 ohms. You want it to be able to go to 2 ohms. See
I
what
want
I
a
mean?
zero ohms, 15 super blue. Remember the
Yeah,
super blues?
yeah,
Uf,
yeah,
pinche super blue, 0
yeah.
ohms. Puro pinche
But
bajo. Puro pinche
yeah,
bajo.
but what I'm trying to say is, El Coyote was my favorite. Uh, here's a fun one. So today, what I listen to in the car, Mexican music, La Arrolladora is not, no, it's yeah, La Arrolladora Banda Limón, the old school one. Yeah, La
Arrolladora.
Arrolladora. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? So the old school one, the one that had the corridos, mainly the corridos, that
Oh,
and
that was
Chalino
just
Sanchez.
Banda Limón.
Yeah. So
Or Banda Recodo, Banda
no, no,
Limón.
no, 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 no Banda Recodo. I'm not a fan. So, or Chalino Sanchez. And here's the funny thing about Chalino Sanchez. I've been rocking Chalino Sanchez for like 15 years before everybody got on the hype about Chalino Sanchez. You know what I mean?
Why
And
there's a
here,
hype on him?
there's a big hype on him. That's every kid who says they're Mexican or wants to be Mexican nowadays. That's what they think is, what's in. You know what I
For
mean?
real?
Yeah, it's a thing,
Chalino
bro.
Sanchez is
It's a
in?
thing. He's in, bro.
Saludcita,
We're
saludcita.
back. We're back. No, but
Eh,
this is how much I go back with him. My pops didn't like Chalino Sanchez. He used to tell me ugly ass
my
voice.
dad don't like him either.
Yeah, they don't
My
because
dad
they're
never liked him.
OGs. They're OGs. You know what I mean? They don't like that. Like his voice is ugly as hell, but it's good because of that. You know what I mean? It has its own little thing going. So I like them even when my pops is like, take that shit off. You know what I mean? And I still rock Chalino Sanchez till this day. You know what I mean? I could sing most of his songs. I'm not going to because I'm not a good singer. You know what I mean? But I like the songs play in the back of my head. You know what I mean? So I would say Chalino Sanchez still till today, I still rock with. So that's mine. I used to listen. I grew up with Los Bukis and a lot of that romantic stuff. My first banda music that I listened to on my own was El Coyote, Tierra Santa, and till today I still listen to La Arrolladora, Banda Limon, and Chalino Sanchez. What about you?
Wow.
What'd you think? Is that what you thought or not? Completely off?
No, I didn't know. I didn't think of you as such a romantic vato.
I do. I like it. I like it. See, but this is the thing. Those bands that play mainly romantic music, when they make a corrido, for some reason, it has an extra value to it because it's rare. You know what I mean? And they do it
Simón.
right. They do it right. You know what I mean? So
Los Tucanes de Tijuana, they were they were the best at it.
Los Tucanes, the Centenario song,
Oh, that's
gold.
gold. Yeah,
You can't get much better. That's a hype up music right there, bro.
That's Middle Child from J. Cole. That's
Yes.
it. That's
That's what that is.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Simon. So you know who Rigo Tovar is?
Simon.
My dad used to love Rigo.
I was about to say, that's my dad, one of my dad's jams right there.
That
all day.
Y tuvimos un sirenito. I used to be in my room with my pillow just and I hear the sirenito. Hey, is he the same vato who sung that song about the taxista?
I don't know. I feel like it is. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I just know who he is and some of his lyrics. I don't keep up, to be honest.
All right, so that's his music.
Yeah.
And then in my room alone, it was Chalino Sanchez pero back then, dog.
Back
you know
then,
what I mean?
yeah.
Back then.
He wasn't famous.
Hey, so then it was Chalino and then Los Tucanes de Tijuana. I
Nice.
remember from
Y
my
se mueve
dad
la
got
chona. Don't lie. That's what you listen to, huh? In your room.
no. It
Y
was
se mueve
called
la chona.
that was dope too. That was dope too. But no, my dad got me a nuestros primeros corridos. He got
Yeah.
me that disc for Christmas one year. For
Nice.
I was in my room. I bumped that on this little ass CD player I had.
Hell yeah.
Everybody nowadays like, what's a CD player,
Oh,
huh?
bro, don't even get me started with that.
And what I would bump right now, and this is still pretty old, but it's like Gerardo Ortiz. I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
you
don't know
ever,
this. He gets down. He's one of the last newer singers that I think did a good job, to be honest
but
with you.
he has a cousin también. His name is
Yeah.
Rigo Tobar. Oh, not Rigo Tobar.
Oh, wait a minute.
Rego Locaro. You
Yeah,
know who he
Rego Caro.
is?
He's good too. I like him too.
Hey, I like Rego Locaro. That fool's super talented, way.
Yeah.
Super talented. But yeah, that's my back in the day on my own. Well, what was forced upon me.
Yeah.
You know what? We neither one of us said Juanga.
Oh, I listen to Juanga. You know, if you know that I listen to romantic music, you know I listen to his music. Also, Joan Sebastian all day, bro. His banda music, Joan Sebastian's banda.
Dang,
Like
we lost the
albums.
audio. We lost the audio.
I can still hear you. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
now yeah,
Okay,
I
cool.
can now.
So Juan Gabriel, Joan Sebastian, when he had banda in the background, gold. It's some of my favorite music. I like it. I think Joan Sebastian, I refer to as Joan Sebastian as the Tupac of Mexican music because he was also super different than everybody else. You can't find one person that sang or had the same type of instruments playing in the background as Joan Sebastian. Totally different. Right? Am I wrong?
You now that you mention it, you're
Makes
right.
sense, right? Yeah.
Dang, he had throat cancer, and then he started singing about throat cancer.
Yeah, I went to see him when I was a kid. I got to see one on Jaripeo. It was pretty cool.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. My aunt was dating some dude back in the day. This is a little personal, but Tia, I'm sorry if I'm talking about you. She used to date some dude that had a
Tia.
no, calm down. She used to date some dude that had a horse ranch. So he rented out the horses for the whole event, which is pretty cool. So we got to go down there and see him and be a part of the show.
Also, that vato really knew how to ride a horse. Not a show.
Not a show, bro. He got down. He was a real ranchero.
Oh, Valentin Elizalde. Neither one of us said him.
He was good too. Yeah. Valentin Elizalde.
That dude was a beast.
He was. Dog. He also had an ugly ass voice, just like Chalino, but he made it work. You know what I mean?
Jorge Gamboa. You know who he is?
I feel like that's really familiar, but I can't tell you. I do off the top of my head.
What about hey, there's this vato, the king of the horrible voice. His name was
I know who you're gonna say. Say it. Reynosa. Is it I can't grab my phone because it's my camera.
Dude. But starts with the B.
I know who you're talking about.
He's the ugliest voice, but yes. I still bumped his shit.
I know who you're talking about.
Come on, man. Beto Quintanilla.
Reynosa. Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was talking about. I still bump him. I still have him on my track list. His corridos are raw, bro. Like the shit he talks about
was dope.
Some nasty shit. You know what I mean? Like real nasty stories. You know what I mean? But old school nonetheless.
Los Originales,
fool. Los Originales de San Juan. They used to go down to the town. Out. They used to go to the town where I'm from all the time. They used to perform all the time. Yeah, I got to see all of them. Fools.
Los Rasos.
Los Cadetes de Linares. Yeah, bro, all those fools. I got to see all them dudes. Cool story is in my town where I'm from in Mexico, the big event place, like where they did all the shows and all the concerts, se llamaba El Jaguar. So it was like this 3-story massive building, and they did like massive events, concerts, and everything. One of my best friends, if I could call him my best friend, it was his family's. So he used to work that place. He used to have to go and be there during these events. So he had to be there until the banda would leave and pack up the instruments and everything. And he used to always say, hey, you want to come through? And we're like 16, 17, that you want to come through and just hang out with me. We'll get to meet those dudes. Like whoever was performing, super like famous people. We used to be in the back room with them and chilling and free drinks and got to see them put their instruments away. It was a dope experience. I used to do that when I was a kid. It's because I used to just go and hang out with him, and we'd be home like at 4 a.m. because that's when the shows would be over. But it was pretty dope.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you get to meet all them vatos?
Yeah, it was pretty dope.
Hey,
Dope experiences. Thanks to him.
Hey, whose hair would you want to cut from Mexican music background?
I've never paid attention to their hair.
No, Chalino Sanchez.
That's weird. I never not weird. Like, what are you talking about? Like, but that's weird that I've never thought about that. I think it was because at that point in my life, I wasn't really thinking about that at all. You know what I mean?
I know, but you made it seem like I was weird. Like
that's exactly what I said. I said it's not weird like that.
You're weird.
You're weird. I don't know what you're talking about.
Why are you talking about haircuts on a Barber podcast?
Yeah. No, but that's a good one. I like this wild card actually a lot. I liked it a lot. That's a good one, bro. Okay.
I swear I didn't have time to think about one.
See, those are the best. Those are the best. All my wild cards I've thought on the spot. Now I'm just messing with you. I think about them a few minutes before we start.
Yeah, no stuff. Huh?
All right, y'all. So that was the podcast for the week. That was the wild card for today. Another week of episodes for y'all. I hope that y'all are tuning in. I hope that y'all are enjoying this. Again, sorry for the inconsistency. It'll probably be the same. There'll be weeks we're here, weeks we're not. But just like I said on that first episode, if you're missing us, if you're missing these faces, go back and watch the old episodes because there's a lot of them. And I know you ain't caught up all the way. Go back. Now I'm messing with you, all aggressive. But yeah, thank you everybody for listening in. Thank you, Fades, for the conversation. It was good catching up, bro. For sure.
For real, man.
Yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you on next week's podcast.
All right.